Ah, the beauty of gold. It's so lovely. Here we have a 250 gram gold bar and a 250 gram silver bar, and we can directly compare that density, that value that gold has over silver as well. 90 to 1 at time of filming is the ratio for gold to silver. But with that weight difference as well, the practicalities of owning gold is very, very beneficial. When you put that in monetary terms right now, 250 gram gold bar is about £20,000. You'd have to have nearly 22 kilos of silver to have the equivalent value. That's a lot. There is no doubting that gold is better when it comes to the practicalities, but that doesn't mean you should run out and buy a 250 gram gold bar. And we're going to touch on what those impracticalities are as we compare these two beautiful bars against this incredible backdrop of over £100,000 worth of beautiful gold. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to a very special In Focus Friday where we take a good close look at something cool made of silver and gold. And oh boy, have we got something cool today. You can see the backdrop that I have created with the beautiful array of coins that Chards have allowed me to play with, and we're going to focus on this 250 gram gold bar, this metal ore gold bar, and also we have a 250 gram silver bar to compare it directly with. As you can see, the beauty and density of gold right up next to the silver bar. It's certainly a very special array of silver and gold, and very cool to see such incredible pieces. So a big thank you to Chards. Go and check them out. Links are in the description box below. You can see their website as well as all the details about their London office. Really, really fascinating to meet the team here, but they have given me these very cool pieces to look at. So let's have a look at this 250 gram gold bar and talk about whether or not it is something that is worth buying. Now, of course, whether it's worth buying is somewhat dependent on whether or not you are happy locking up quite so much money in one single piece of metal. Now, of course, a kilo being 80,250 grams worth would be around £20,000. That's a lot of money to just stick into one singular thing. And of course, the big pitfall with any big gold bar might well be that if you come to need to sell some of your gold, and this is the only gold you have, perhaps you've got £20,000 worth of investment and you just want one thing, but you need suddenly to pay a bill, you have to sell the entire thing. Now, I have seen some people talk about you could clip off a little bit of the gold and sell that. Well, if you do that, you're going to be losing tens of percentage points, if not more, because it turns into useless scrap. So the impracticality of large gold bars is not to be underestimated. And certainly compared with silver, when you compare the price value of a 90 to 1 ratio right now of silver to gold value, the obvious choice is going to be silver for that practicality of needing to pay bills. However, the other side of it is that gold is twice as dense, just about twice as dense, not quite twice, the maths doesn't quite add up, but it looks almost twice as dense here as silver. And that means not only are you getting 90 times the value in one particular item, but you're also getting it half the size. So from a sheer weight ratio to volume ratio, you are getting an incredible bang for your buck. And to have £20,000 in just one thing like this that you can walk away with and just disappear into the night if ever you had to bug out, then it is a much more convenient thing. To have the equivalent amount of silver, if we do the maths quickly, I should have probably done this quickly, 250 grams times 90 as the ratio, you'd need 22.5 kilos of silver to have that same amount of value. And let me tell you, as somebody who has gone and picked up 25 kilos worth of silver from somebody and bought them and walked away with it, it is not an easy thing to do. And if you're going to shout in the comments, do you even lift Backyard Bullion? I'm sorry, but if you try and run anywhere with 25 kilos worth of silver strapped in a backpack, you are going to do very well. So the practicalities of gold do certainly shine when looking at that value to weight ratio. There is no doubting that. Now, the other thing that's not necessarily quite so good about gold or silver bars is their capital gains tax status. I will say to you that there are rules about different types of things called chattels, portable personal possessions. Some people will tell you that bars are. If you're going to rely on those kind of things, you need to have proper financial advice. I'm not here to give financial advice on capital gains or tax status of various different things, but what we can say with a surety is that coins are capital gains tax free if they're made by the Royal Mint. So a Britannia, capital gains tax free. It means if you buy a capital gains tax free coin, let's say you buy a Britannia right now at £2,500 and you sell it for £10,000 in 10 years' time, you've made £7,500 worth of gains and you've not got anything to worry about in terms of tax. However, if you buy this gold bar, you will then be having a big tax bill at the other end, and that will eat into your profit margin. So one might say that you might be better off buying those capital gains tax coins. So it's very worth checking what the rules might be. Of course, rules could change, capital tax gains allowances might change. I would see it pretty hard pressed for coins to lose that capital gains tax exemption status, but who knows where it might be. Still, the point remains, though, that there is a lot that is negative about owning big gold bars. There is, though, something quite animalistic about it. Is that the right word? It's quite, I don't know. This gold has been used for thousands and thousands of years as this storage of wealth, as this human. For some reason, humans have this allure to it, this golden allure for gold. It is just this thing that we covet and sought after, and there is nothing more satisfying than holding a big gold bar in your hands. And I do get that. But of course, it is a luxury to have something quite this size. The impracticality of it is not to be underestimated, so do bear that in mind if ever you were considering it. But it is a cool piece nevertheless. I do love comparing it with its 250-gram silver counterpart. We can see here the density of it being, as I said, nearly twice as dense as the silver. So it really is quite special indeed. And metal ore do really good ones. The other benefit, I suppose, which I would point out just because I'm handling these bars with no gloves on, is that gold bars, silver bars like this, they will always just be bullion products. They don't have premiums attached to them unless they're really old, rare ones that have very, very limited mintages from times gone by. But generally speaking, they will be the cheapest gold that you might be able to buy. The converse thing is that they will be cheap when you sell them, so you will get a lower offering back from the bullion dealer, or if you're going to try and sell it on the second-hand market, you will get a lower price back from the second-hand market. The only other thing is, I suppose, with a big gold bar is posting it. How the hell are you going to post this? You're going to have to really struggle to find insurance, and then you're left with maybe you have to take it into a bullion dealer. So you're going to pop this in your pocket and walk through central London with 20 grand's worth of gold in your pocket, perhaps more if you've got bigger gold bars. Difficult questions you have to think about for sure, but there is something very special about a 250-gram gold bar. Beautiful, absolutely fantastic. And I tell you what, the Cool Kids Club, you need to quote me the serial number. Bit difficult to focus on here on the camera. It's 165143. If you quote me that serial number, then I will know that you are very cool indeed. Wow. Thank you once again to Charts for the opportunity to film with this 250-gram gold bar. Really exciting to see that. And if you guys want to find out more about them, then there are links down in the description box below. As I said, they put on this incredible array of gold for me to play with here today in their London office, which is new for them. So if you are down south and you need to walk into central London with a 250-gram gold bar in your pocket to sell, then now it's a bit more practical than having to go all the way to Blackpool. So by appointment only, go and check them out. Links in the description box below, and you can go and see what they're all about. Thank you all for watching, especially to you Cool Kids Club, and we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.